Potbelly, everything you find is a little bit happier, sweeter, fresher, groovier, and yummier. Why? Because at Potbelly, we know it's never enough to just eat lunch. You gotta feed your smile. Swing by for our new turkey club, handcrafted to make you smile.
This is Cheddar.
Live from the New York Stock Exchange.
Coming to you live from the White House.
Here in Los Angeles.
We're live at Apple's iPhone 10 unveil right now.
It's a one-stop shop for the latest in tech, business, and media.
Watch us live.
Watch us live.
Tune in live.
Watch us live.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the final game of the NC State hockey season. Welcome back to Frisco, Texas, here for the ACHA D2 Nationals. Zach Sawaya here for PackTV alongside Logan Ward for the final time this year as well. Pucks flying everywhere, as you can see. If you see one flying behind us, let us know. I don't want to die today. Biggest thing to talk about today, Logan, is NC State's incredible comeback win yesterday. 6-5 there against the University of Northern Colorado, the Bears. Obviously, a huge victory at just the right time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Again, it was kind of a make it or break it right there. Massachusetts had lost that last game last night. They maybe would have had a chance because of that victory. Again, clutch goals from Cam Mazikowski and Alex Robinson. Just really difficult out there, but they're going to try to finish this season strong.
Obviously, Trine last night comes in at a very, very rough pace. They played a hard game last night. A 5-2 loss against the pool champions in UMass Amherst. They will advance on to the semifinals, hopefully to play in the final as well there. But nonetheless, Logan, Trine comes in physically fatigued against a very tough game. What do they got to do today? NC State is steamrolling right now.
Well, they've really just got to maintain their focus. They're at the bottom of the bracket right now. They've only got 1 point in pool play. They're really just going to try to finish their season strong because this is it for them as well.
Trine comes in 0-1-0-1. One loss, one tie. Heading into this one, their 1 point came against a tie against the University of Northern Colorado. NC State, of course, is a team that really no one ever expected to come this far, and we've talked to some of the players before, and we're going to hear from Laith Jadala, Trevor Merchant, and Ryan Kinney coming up later on in this pregame show here. But the biggest thing to talk about is the fact that they have really silenced the doubters, and with a win today, NC State will finish 5th in the nation, and that is the biggest reward in itself.
Absolutely. This has just been an incredible year for the Ice Pack. They can really be proud of how they performed this season. Came up a little bit short, but they made it to nationals for the first time in their history. That is an absolutely incredible feat. They've done a wonderful job here, and they've won a game in the nationals. That's an absolutely incredible thing to do. They can only go up from here.
To recap yesterday's game, of course, against the University of Northern Colorado, their NC State's second period was very weak. They did let in 3 goals in that period, and it's something that we remember quite too well from the Rider game up there in regionals as well. We got to avoid those seesaw second periods. Logan, what do they got to do?
They really just got to maintain their focus. They did a great job in that first period. They were up 2-1 going into it. But that one goal for Northern Colorado really changed the momentum going into the second period. They took over from there and really just dominated that period. If it hadn't been for a strong third period, State probably could have lost that one.
Well, the biggest things to note today, of course, is the fact that for these Ice Pack members, there's a few guys playing in their last games. Eric Mira, Sam Banashevitz, Joey Hall, Davis Hudson, who will be studying abroad next semester as well. There's a lot of other big names that I may be missing at this point, but the thing is, Joey Hall, Sam Banashevitz, 2 guys that have been at the forefront of NC State's lineup for the longest time. They're losing some key cogs here, Logan.
Absolutely. They're losing some great guys, too. These are players that have had such an impact on the legacy of the Ice Pack. They've led them to nationals, and that's the greatest legacy they can have. Joey Hall leaves off on a great season at goaltender, and Sam Banashevitz, what more can you really say about the captain himself? Absolutely incredible player, incredible guy. Had an incredible season, too, to cap it off his senior season.
And, of course, after earning 3rd star in the ACHA Nationals last night, as announced on ACHA tonight, he will be getting the start today after stopping 54 of 59 shots. Logan, obviously, fatigue was going to play a huge factor there, but all in all, Why do you think he got the start today?
Well, he got the start because this is his final chance. This is his final opportunity. You know, Joey Hall has been a great goaltender, and he's earned this spot right here. He's done a great job all season long, and the coaches have faith in him. They've talked about how much he means to this team and how he really gives the team the satisfaction knowing they've got a good goaltender and net behind them.
A little bit of a delayed start time today, obviously not a lot of internet as well, which is why you'll be tuning into this pregame show around the first period intermission. Just to let you know, don't worry, we are still working. We are not just sitting around on the clock. That is very important to note here. But Logan, obviously the top six yesterday got rolling. All the forwards got going. They were scoring up and down the score sheet for NC State. 1 o'clock start time today, so we hope. What do they got to do to do the same thing today they did yesterday? Your 3 keys.
Well, really the 3 keys for State are they've got to maintain their momentum. They got to get going early, and they got to keep that going throughout the entire course of the game. They also need to have consistent defense. They had a great showing in that first period until the very end, and that second period was absolutely abysmal for them. They have to put forth a better showing than that, and they're certainly capable of it, led by Mazakowski and Rushford. They need to do a better job on defense, and I think we're going to see that here today as they clean some things up. Their third and final key is they've really just got to win this one. You got to go out on top. Do it for your seniors. You got to make sure that you go out and cap off a strong season.
Trine comes in wanting some revenge. NC State wants to come away with the victory. Going to take a quick break right here on PackTV. Be back to talk about everything you need to know about Trine right here.
Owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your one-stop shop for all things Wolfpack. Located in the Ridgewood Shopping Center off of Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop recently expanded from 2,400 to 5,400 square feet. Whether you're in need of tailgating essentials, decals and magnets, home goods, apparel for people of all ages, or sporting goods, the Red and White Shop has it all. Stop by today for your NC State needs.
Did you know that NC State Transportation offers alternative ways to get to and around campus for faculty, staff, and students? Line bikes and scooters, Wolfline buses, and Carpool offer incentives to encourage the use of alternative modes of transportation. Faculty, staff, and students are awarded daily passes as members of the Wolf Trails program. For more information on alternative transportation and Wolf Trails, visit ncsu.edu/transportation. NC State Transportation, moving you to succeed.
At Potbelly, everything you find is a little bit happier, sweeter, fresher, groovier, and yummier. Why? Because at Potbelly, we know it's never enough to just eat lunch. You gotta feed your smile. Swing by for our new turkey club, handcrafted to make you smile.
This is Cheddar,
Live from the New York Stock Exchange.
Coming to you live from the White House.
here in Los Angeles.
We're live at Apple's iPhone 10 unveil right now.
It's a one-stop shop for the latest in tech, business, and media.
Watch us live.
Watch us live.
Tune in live.
Watch us live.
Welcome back to Plano, Texas. Here is Zach Sawai here for PackTV. Still without a cowboy hat alongside Logan Ward here. We're going to buy one after this, aren't we, Logan?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a big part of Texas. You got to come away with one there.
Absolutely, but the biggest thing, NCC needs to walk away with a win here today, just like we're walking away with cowboy hats. Yeah. Biggest thing, of course, Trine comes in very hungry on a very different playing field. Obviously playing up there in Minnesota, winning all 3 of their regional games to advance to this tournament as well. So did NC State, but with their amazing status as an undefeated team, they advanced past the first round of games, so they won all 2 of their regional games as well. A couple extra games in hand there for Trine. Talk to us about some of their leading scorers and what they've done right this year.
Well, Trine has had a very balanced attack. You've got guys like Braden Pearl. You've got guys that really just do a great job all around. You've got scorers that can also assist, and really just it's a balanced attack. You've got a different guy who leads in points, goals, and assists, so you've really just got a balanced attack there. And they've got 2 very capable goaltenders that we might see both of here today. Trine is dressing 3 goaltenders, so you might see a little bit of all 3 of them but they've got a very well-balanced team, and there's a reason they're here in nationals.
They're a strong team noted as well. Coach Mays has led his team to an incredible record, but they still sit at the bottom of the pool right now, which is huge. But nonetheless, the teams here have been having an outstanding time, and Trine is no stranger to success and to failure as well. Logan, what do they got to do today? NC State is steamrolling. They got to activate guys, especially some of those leading scorers that you were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They just need to make sure that their passes are crisp and sharp. They got to make sure that there's no sloppy plays, and they've really just got to get their offense going. One of the best ways that State has been matched this year is when the offense is just as strong as them, as we saw that with Massachusetts especially. If they have an overpowering offense, they really have an opportunity to take State by surprise. So look for them to really try to match State's intensity and physicality out there today.
Now, we're at a very good standpoint right now.
Yeah.
Pucks were flying at our heads, Logan. So we were right here. We were able to watch a little bit of Tyler Huff's game.
Yes.
Getting warmed up there, one of the goaltenders for Trine University. The biggest thing to note is the fact that he's very technically sound.
Yeah.
NC State has scored some of their best goals by driving the net, crashing the net, finding those open lanes. How are they going to have to beat a very technically sound goaltender, much like from what we see in Josh Cannon?
Well, they've really just got to play their game. You know, they've got to make sure that they get those goals. They got to catch him off guard, and they've really just got to get in his face. You know, he's one of those goaltenders that really kind of catches anything that flies at him. So the way to beat him really is to just get in front of him, block his field of vision, make sure that you catch him off guard with your goals.
Absolutely, Logan. We're going to take another break right here on PackTV. When we come right back, wrap up this pregame report that you will see during the first period intermission, and then also hear from Trevor Merchant, Laith Jadala, and Ryan Kinney right here.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your one-stop shop for all things Wolfpack. Located in the Ridgewood Shopping Center off of Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop recently expanded from 2,400 to 5,400 square feet. Whether you're in need of tailgating essentials, decals and magnets, home goods, apparel for people of all ages, or sporting goods, the Red and White Shop has it all. Stop by today for your NC State needs.
Did you know that NC State Transportation offers alternative ways to get to and around campus for faculty, staff, and students? Line bikes and scooters, Wolfline buses, and Carpool offer incentives to encourage the use of alternative modes of transportation. Faculty, staff, and students are awarded daily passes as members of the Wolf Trails program. For more information on alternative transportation and Wolf Trails, visit ncsu.edu/transportation. NC State Transportation, moving you to succeed.
At Potbelly, everything you find is a little bit happier, sweeter, fresher, groovier, and yummier. Why? Because at Potbelly, we know it's never enough to just eat lunch. You gotta feed your smile. Swing by for our new turkey club, handcrafted to make you smile.
This is Cheddar,
Live from the New York Stock Exchange.
Coming to you live from the White House.
here in Los Angeles.
We're live at Apple's iPhone 10 unveil right now.
It's a one-stop shop for the latest in tech, business, and media.
Watch us live.
Watch us live.
Tune in live.
Watch us live.
Texas barbecue. It is very good. Zach Sawai here for PackTV alongside Logan Ward for this final pregame segment of the season. Logan, I'm going to not cry. Believe me, I will not cry. But the biggest thing is, what an incredible season from NC State. Coming all the way from the very beginning of the year, they have truly silenced the doubters. 28-1 on the year.
It's just an incredible season for them. You know, when they come to nationals undefeated, that's just an absolutely incredible feat. You got to be looking to see what else they can do, but next season is going to be absolutely good too. A lot of returning players, but they're losing some big pieces. I'm excited to see what happens from here.
From the very beginning of the year, from the West Virginia victories that we saw all the way back in September, I knew this team was going to be special. Yeah. And especially heading into the latter months, the wins in the backyard brawls, the wins against very tough teams, the Delaware win, all the way to the ACCHL tournament, beating out powerhouse UVA. an incredible year and truly have knocked off a ton of people's expectations.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Again, that silence the doubters. They've done more than that. They've silenced the doubters, the haters, and anybody who ever stepped against them. The Ice Pack have had an incredible season, and this is really an encore, like we talked about. This is just the finale to their amazing season as they look to finish on a good note here in Texas.
Well, here we go. As the teams take the ice, we're going to switch over to the interviews for the rest of this pregame report, rather. Yep. So for the final time for the pregames, at least, we'll be back for postgame. Zach Sawai on behalf of Logan Ward. Let's hear from Trevor Merchant, Laith Jadala, and Ryan Kinney. Here with Assistant Captain Ryan Kinney of the NC State Ice Pack. Zach Sawai here for PackTV. Ryan, thank you for joining us on the third and final day of pool play.
Thanks for having me, Zach.
Of course, you guys are going 1-1, a heartbreaking loss on Friday, and a really great comeback win yesterday. What was the mentality going into yesterday's game against the University of Northern Colorado, especially after that blowout loss on Friday?
So the loss was not fun for us. It was the first loss of the year, and it was a big game, probably the biggest game all year. But going into the Northern Colorado game, we knew that we just needed to go out and play our game, which a lot of the time is just for us to have fun. And when we go out and have fun, we're loose. We make better plays. We finish our checks. We beat them to the puck, and that's what our mentality was, and it worked out.
Well, we came in knowing that we were going to have some tough opponents. We've never played any teams in the Northeast, so especially going into the UMass game, we were very focused, but we just weren't quite ready to play that style of play, and it kind of showed early. Late in the game, we started picking it up, but unfortunately, there was just not enough time to come back on that. But I think after that, we changed our whole mentality. You know, we went back to where we were at with basically like at the Southeast Regionals. We need to go out there, and it's all about like going back to those basics. You know, what won us 27 games. You know, and I think that's what we have to take into this next game as well.
Obviously, a very physical game yesterday against the University of Northern Colorado Bears there. Does that physical fatigue play into today's match against Trine, or do you think you guys are going to be able to step up to the plate and play just the way you guys have done all year?
Yeah, of course. I mean, a lot of guys have ice packs. There were ice in their legs last night. I mean, two of my roommates had ice bags on their hips last night. So, I mean, we're all beat up, bruised up, but that's part of the game. We expect that coming in, and, you know, adrenaline will be kicking in during the game, so I'm sure they won't be feeling any pain.
Match.
Yes, it will play to some extent, but at the same time, you just got to realize that every other team here has played just the same amount of games as we have, and you kind of have to push through it. That's the whole mentality you got to have in tournament play.
Today's your final game as well in the tournament as well with UMass is when they will advance on to the Southeast, into the final rather. So Trevor, for this one, what's got to be the mentality? Obviously, it is the final game of this tournament.
Yeah, well, the cool thing is most teams can't end a season on a win. So the position that we're set in here is, unfortunately, we might not be advancing, but for the seniors to be able to win for their final game ever, that'd be quite honorable. So we want to do that for our seniors, and we also, why not?
Against UMass, which was the team clinching win to move on. What are you guys going to do to battle Trine? They're obviously going to want some revenge.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a rough game. I mean, you know, seeing them, they are very physical. And we are a little bit more of a speedy team, so I think it's going to get a little chippy at the end. But you know, we're just going to stick to our game and do what we do and get pucks to the net and try to bury a couple.
I think the mentality is we have the seniors on the team, and we want to play for them. We had an amazing season. We've made history, and we want to go out on a win. And also, if we win this game, I think we'd be tied for maybe 5th in the nation, which is just still amazing. So we're just going to do our best, keep doing what we do, and go out not on top, but go out on a win, you know.
All right, thank you, Ryan. Zach Sawai here for PackTV.